The toss won the game.
In comes Porter down the hill, bowls, and Salt is caught behind, is he? Yes, he is. Now Phil Salt doesn't get an innings like mowing, and you're going to lose.
Quinn around the wicket. This is pulled by Clark, who nearly hit bowls. This is played outside off stump. There's a bit of width on it. It's turned and went further. It's been cut quite late. Harmer round the wicket to the left-handed Clark. Clark comes forward. There's an appeal and he's been given. He did come forward, but...
In comes Beard again. Slightly gloomy now. He comes in over the wicket and bowls, and Brown drives handsomely through the covers. That's going to be 4 runs. That was a nice shot. It was just great. In comes Harmer. Bowls to Brown. Oh, he's out by a mile. Doesn't even bother looking at the umpire, does Ben Brown.
Harmer in again. He swept. First sweep shot of the day, probably for me.
He shortened Tonson, rocked back and cracked it through the covers, and it has gone for 4.
Stands up, the left-hander. He does it again. This time he smashes it square. Revert. Harmer in again. He bowls a bit slower. This is swept, and it's swept just behind square where there isn't a timber the 30th.
Beard is in and bowled. Look at bowls to Rawlings, who's going to get the luckiest 4 runs of the day because he sort of came hard.
Harmer bowling. This is swept, and hit brilliantly.
A 6
to the pavilion.
He's played it well so far.
Harmer round the wicket to Rawlings, gives it a bit of air. This is a slog sweep, and that to Willie was a seamer.
In comes Matthew Quinn down the hill, bowls to Thomason, who chips that to mid wicket, and he's on his way, and that's a very soft dismiss.
He comes, bowls, bit of turn.
Oh, he's going
him, and I think he shouldered arms. He didn't play a shot, I think. Batter loft, he reverse sweeps him for 4 in front of square, but it rolls then behind square. Harmer in again, bowls, and he's nicked it, has he?
He's bowled him.
Bowled him.
In comes Porter around the wicket, bowling to the left-handed Rawlings, in and bowls, and Rawlings drills this straight down the ground. That's 4 runs. Now that is a super shot by Delray Rawlings.
When will he do it? Over the wicket, he's reverse swept him for 4 on the longest side of the boundary. What's he going to do? Over the wicket, Harmer, he swept it, he's interested, and he's given him, he's gone for the Porter on his way in, bowls, and he's cleaned him out, he's been bowled, and that is the end of...
into us.
Henry Crocombe is in, bowls, this is cut in the air, but it's safe, it's gone through down to third man.
He's coming around the wicket to left-handed Alistair Cook, and he flicks this one down to fine leg. That's going to be 4 runs. Nicely played by Clayton round the wicket, bowls and driven, and very nearly a terrific catch. He really went hard at that, did Alistair Cook. The
highest score of the game to win. This is punched off his hips for 4 through the vacant.
As well as in comes Clayton down the hill, round the wicket, bowls to Alistair Cook. That is a quality shot through extra cover for 4 runs. That's probably one of the shots. Crocombe again around the wicket, bowls, and Brown is wide of the off stump, and it's hit away nicely through backward point by Nick Brown. In comes Crocombe around the wicket to the left-handed Alistair Cook, who pulls that away through square leg for 4 runs. That's a lovely shot by Alistair. In comes Clayton around the wicket, he's in and bowls, and driven beautifully by Nick Brown. That is a lovely shot, over pitch by Mitch Clayton, and Brown, who's 26 not out, he's in and bowls, and Cook drives it, he's caught. That's a really fine catch by Phil Salt, low down, and for the second time. If they could just turn the feed off in the studio, that'd be very useful. As in comes Gartley, he bowls, he hits Brown on the pad, and he's got his 2nd wicket as George.
Games in the shorter forms of the game.
In comes Garton and bowls, full toss and driven by Lawrence. He took his hand off the bat as he played that shot, but he's going
to win the county championship.
In comes Garton and bowls, well pitched up and driven through the offside. In fact, it was a full toss, and Lawrence was very quickly onto that on the mid wicket and a backward square. As in come Haynes, bowls and pulled away, and that's 4 runs, and that's a poor ball. That was short, that was a long hop, and Wesley.
A tie. Clayton's in. This is an edge that goes down. Generally an edge that goes down to third man. No third man.
Adil Rashid, Jason Roy and David Willey.
Bit predicted there, I reckon. That's an edge. That's gone wide of the solitary slip.
Patrick and also Matthew Quinn's mum over in New Zealand. As in comes Clayton bowls. That's too wide, too short. And down
to Barbados. Mika on his way. Can he get a wicket for Sussex? This is cut beautifully, short and wide, and this time
the best part of 7 and over.
Bowled very well in the first innings, and he's bowled him. It's got through, and as George Garton bowls, and this has been forced off the back foot with a straight bat.
140 for 8. against Somerset Inspection at 5 o'clock. In comes Crocombe, bowls to Tenderscarte, beautiful
He
shot.
bowls. This is clipped into the leg side where it's been taken by Thomason. He dropped one last over, but he's made. Garton on his way, left arm over, bowls, and this is angled down to third man. There is no third man. So that George Garton, here he comes at the crease. He bowls a bouncer, it's pulled, and it's caught down the leg side. He's been given. Garton is doing that. There's the bouncer. He's pulled it, and he's pulled it for 4 on the longest part of the boundary.
Crocombe is back to his mark. He's in his 9th over. No wicket for 32. He's coming running in around the wicket. Bowls to Water. Water drives side as in comes Crocombe. Over the wicket this time. Bowls to Waiter, who smashes that one away through the covers for 4 runs. There was a bit.
Or does he double bluff and pitch it up? He bowls short and it goes through mid wicket for 4. There we go.
Yeah. 172 for 5 as Mitch Claydon is back into the attack. Down the hill, comes in and bowls, and he's caught behind, and there is another twist in the tail. Claydon running in down the hill, comes in and bowls. Oh, and he's caught! What a catch by Harry Finch! He's caught, and Simon Harmer is... Us, I should say. He's in and bowls, and Beard gets the thick outside, and he's just going to run away down towards the third man boundary, and it has gone for 4 runs.
In he comes. He bowls the delivery, it's pitched up, it's driven in the offside, and that's going to go for 4. It was a genuine half. 4 on the offside. Fine leg and 2 on the leg side. It's short, it's down the leg side. It's come off his thigh pad, I think.